You're listening to the Jay Palmer Show, man. Available on iTunes, Twitch, and Podbean. I don't even know what that is, man, but holy shit, man. You just gotta listen. This guy's funny as shit. Rated R for retarded, man.
Oh, yeah, buddy. What is up? What is up? We're live. We're live and on Twitch now. So if you're listening to this on Podbean, which I'm like 2 shows behind on Podbean right now. So we're live now, and this is kind of like what I want to do. I'm a live kind of guy. I don't like pre-recorded. I don't like anything the way I don't like acting. I guess that would probably be the better how are we doing on that? Now I got to watch 4 different levels here. Turn that up just a little bit on there. A little bit. Hello. There we go. So yeah, I want to do everything live, and that's why this is my setup. I have everything I do. All of my editing is live, and that's just the way I like it. And it doesn't force me to act in a certain way. So what the hell was that? That was weird. Oh, my thing just went. My thing just went into streamer mode. Oh, and I've got a little timer over here. Nice! Man, I love OBS. I love it. So yeah, anyway. I need to stay on track. So yeah, I'm about 2 shows behind on Podbean. We did our Season 2 premiere on Twitch. What else? I need to catch all you guys up. I guess if I'm recording this, I don't really want to put I don't really want to put this show after I put a show and then say I'm 2 shows behind, because then I wouldn't be. So I'm just going to put this show on Podbean. If you want to, my Podbean people, if you're still there, if there's anybody there, you can hear the premiere on Twitch, and I'll put that link in Podbean. I just realized I have to pay them. I have to pay them my maintenance fees for the website. So it's been a hell of a week for cannabis, man. Speaking of cannabis, sorry. Yeah, it's been a hell it's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a year for cannabis. It's been a hell of a year for me and cannabis. It's gonna be 1 year and 2 weeks that I used it for the first time. And this is going to be interesting. I hope it doesn't happen. Or I hope it does happen, but not in this time frame. I'm going to be getting my medical marijuana card either the week of the 8th, which is the week I went to Colorado last year, or before. I'm hoping I get it before. There's about a 15-day there's a 15-day wait period, for a 14 or 15-day wait period. Why does it say skip alert up there? I'm going to make sure I'm streaming here before I do anything. Why does it say skip alert up? Never mind, I'm streaming. Oh, that's amazing. I have currently 0 viewers on Twitch. That's okay, though. I'm only 3 shows in, and the only 2 viewers I do have are the people who are actually on the show. So, I'm going to see if I can find this audio bite. So, the Attorney General of South Carolina decided this week to come out against cannabis. And it's hilarious. Because any other time... And obviously, he retracted his statement and says it's not what he said. I need to make sure this is going to work before I... Why is it?
The ball comes out! The ball has come out! Oh, God! Can he catch him? Wow! There's the one! Oh, my God! And then he came out of the pile and just slings it.
Okay. That was YouTube. I was just making sure this audio is going to work. So I'm trying to get the audio off Twitter of his exact statement. And there it is. Let's see here. There it is. No. I can't find it. Let's see if I can find it on YouTube. Probably not. I think I looked for it on YouTube, but I couldn't find it. Did I say Alan Watts? I meant Ellen Wilson. I guess I could just Google it. What the hell? Where is it at? Let's see here. Ah, there it is. I found it.
Brought to you by Midlands.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Providing complete musculoskeletal and neurosurgical care. The pioneering past and progressive future meet here.
Medical cannabis is up for discussion once again at the State House. Last year, the Compassionate Care Act bill passed through committees, but it ran out of time before being brought to the floor in both chambers.
But now it is coming back in both the House and Senate committees, but there are still many parties against the bill, including Attorney General Alan Wilson. ABC Columbia's Angela Rogers joins us now live in the newsroom with the latest. Angela?
As supporters of the bill were fairly upset with the claims Attorney General Alan Wilson was making. Senator Tom Davis said there are too many absurd statements to even keep track of.
I heard a lot of really strange things, but one thing that kept occurring to me is that nobody that spoke today has bothered to read the bill that I've drafted.
Senator Tom Davis filed the bill in the Senate. He says if any of the speakers today
that's a
picked
Republican.
up the bill, they'd know that it'd be, quote, one of the most conservative, tightly regulated medicinal bills.
I mean, who in the world can stand up there when we have an opioid epidemic, crack, cocaine, methamphetamines, and you can say that cannabis that's going to be authorized for use by doctors to patients, that's the most dangerous drug in America? That's just simply divorced from reality.
It is the most dangerous drug.
Here it is.
Because it is the most misunderstood drug.
Members of the South Carolina Medical Association, SLUD, and South Carolina Sheriff's Association stood at the
Of course the sheriff was there.
podium with Attorney General Wilson. They say they worry about the, quote, negative impacts cannabis can have on mental health, employment, and overall life satisfaction.
2 ounces of marijuana, as you just heard, is over 100 cigarette-sized joints. Do we just
Oh, it sounds amazing.
recommend that you use it?
Yes.
Till you feel better?
Yes.
But we
That is exactly what you do, you stupid fucking idiot.
absolutely know that cannabis is addictive, second only to alcohol use disorder.
On the other hand,
Okay. What she just said, really, some people say, well, yeah, it's addictive. And they're like, well, you'll crave it and all this stuff. And I've never, I've smoked, you guys know that I've smoked it for a year. And I don't crave marijuana. I've smoked nicotine, and you crave nicotine. Like you crave, like you crave caffeine. Like back when I drank a lot of caffeine, I remember getting caffeine headaches. Because you crave it. I don't get weed headaches. I don't get cannabis headaches. I'm not at work every day craving marijuana. But here's the thing. This is the thing that I ask myself a lot. This is the thing that you should ask yourself. It's like, that's like getting up there and saying masturbation is addictive, so we need to ban it. You can't do that because you can't go into people's homes. Or I'm sorry, you can, but you shouldn't be able to go into people's homes and dictate what they do in their personal time. And it's the same thing. Caffeine is more addicting. Nicotine is more addicting because you crave those things. Like I said, I don't crave marijuana. This is where I was going with it. Like, I would much rather be home smoking weed than at work, though. But I'm not craving it. I enjoy when I do it. It's like going home. That's like for some people going home and drinking a fine orange juice or or whatever. Like some people going home, and I would rather be staying at home watching reality television shows. That's the way I see it. Like, I would rather be home doing this, but you would rather be home doing that. It's the same thing. But we're not when we're at work, gainfully employed, and making money and helping society. That's the deal. That's the breaker right there. That is 100% the breaker for me. It's like, and I've asked myself, like, okay, so this is my weed habit so far. Like, when I started last year, I only smoked on the weekends, and then I moved it up to maybe 3 days a week, and now I'm up to 7 days a week. And I realize what you're seeing here is like, well, then you're addicted. No. Because if I wasn't using marijuana, I would be using some type of anti-inflammatory sleep aid medication. Guaranteed. I would guaranteed be doing it. And I'm a type of person, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but my temple. Like, I do a lot. Like, I've got a degree in theology now. That's what I do. I also do this podcast, but I would like to refer to myself as a theologian. I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand, but that's what I've been studying. I've been studying the relationship between spiritual and what most consider as external and internal and all that stuff, and the story of faith and all that stuff. It's not, you guys know, it's not because I want to spread the word of Jesus. That has nothing to do with it. I actually vomit when I think of religion now. Like, I don't actually vomit, but where am I going with this? I don't even know. So the whole addiction thing. I don't see it as hampering. It is not. It is not. Making my life worse in any way. Now, I have said in the past that I don't think. A couple years ago, I was in a really shitty spot in life. I have said in the past that if I would have been then and used indica, that I don't think it would have been healthy because it would have made me content, and it would have. Now, I mean, I don't know about that statement. I really don't know, because it really would have allowed me to help me. Because at the moment, see, that's the thing though. In the moment, I believed 100% like what I believed, and now I don't. Where am I going with this? Okay, so like I don't know about that now. I've said in the past that depression, I don't think it would have worked in my instance, but now I'm using sativa, and I think sativa would have helped me handle it better, and I would have made better choices. I think ultimately in the end my choices were good, but I think I would have handled it better in the moment if I would have used it in the moment. And in the moment then, I was taking like 4 or 5 sleep medications a night and still not sleeping because my mind was just fucking crazy. Really. It just pisses me off, man, when these fucking people stand up here and say bullshit like that. When in my experience is 100% truth to me. And in my experience, it goes against everything that comes out of their mouth. And that really, really irritates me because I know that they're not telling the truth. But the problem is I don't think this is the problem with these people. They 100% believe the shit that comes out of their mouth. That right there is, why do I feel like I'm echoing? I feel like I hear myself. I don't know why. Obviously, I've got headphones on, but I hear myself again. It feels like it's like at the end of a pipe, and it's in my left ear. Or sorry, my right ear. They 100% believe in what they're saying. Like, it's not... Now, I do believe that there's people in the field that are in the medical field that are keeping cannabis because they know that they're going to lose profits. There's those people. But there's also the people who 100% believe in what they're saying. And you have this problem in politics and in religion. And those two things run this world. And that's a problem. And in this instance, we're experiencing it now here locally in Oklahoma, and they're experiencing it in South Carolina, obviously. But both of those fields are coming together and are trying to stop it because, a lot of white Protestant Christian people believe that Jesus said that you're not supposed to use weed. And he 100% didn't say that. I mean, the Catholic Church didn't even say that. Yes, it says in the Bible you shouldn't use mind-altering things. Actually, let me look that up. I may be wrong on that, but I'm just going to try and verify. But the thing with the Bible is Jesus didn't say that because he didn't write the Bible. The Catholic Church wrote the Bible. There it is right there. Yeah. Live as people who are free, not using your freedom as a cover-up for evil, but living as a servant of God. And do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit. See, now, that's Ephesians 5:18. That's an interesting quote to me because hello, alcohol. Hello, religious people, and alcohol. I mean, there's not one thing in here that says anything about marijuana. It says wine and don't get drunk, but that's what we see. I don't see anything here, actually. And see, but my biggest issue in my life personally is I've never really believed in anything. Like this whole you guys know this podcast was based about nothing because I have never been able to latch on to an ideal. Well, I guess up until now, but my idea isn't something; it's just is, which I'll explain. I haven't believed in anything, and I've always questioned everything. And weed is the one thing that I've always that I didn't realize, that I didn't even know I wouldn't even thought about 10 years ago about doing, because it was illegal back then. But it's the one thing that has come into my life that I 100% believe in, and I will 100% fight for. And and that's the one thing, I guess. The second thing is my belief in the way. And explaining this is impossible. Because, if you understand Taoism and the way, you can't explain the way. The way is just is. And I can't sit here and explain it to you, because you have to figure it out yourself. And it says in the Tao cannot be explained with words, and the Tao can't be shown. Or it doesn't say you can't be shown, but the Tao is the way. The Tao is the same thing as God in the Christian sense, but the Christians see God as a person, and that's the God and the Tao are the same thing. And I see the true God. But I can't explain it. If you want to understand about God, watch water. That's all I can say. I don't want you to watch it and think. I just want you to watch it and understand it without trying to understand it. And you'll understand. See, that's why I can't explain that. And that's why I have to separate my temple with what I'm doing here in the podcast, because it's so hard to explain. And here is where I can be an idiot. Because that's what, Here I'm a cynic and I'm a comedian. There I'm a theologian. But I'm the same thing both areas. I'm just putting on a different hat here. I'm playing with my ego. Or is my ego playing me? That's the question you have to answer. You have to ask yourself. I go off on these weird tangents. Okay, so where are we going with this? Let's listen to this.
USC's Vice President of Research says the bill could help South Carolina.
Oh, okay. No, what I forgot to mention on here is I guess the top medical person in South Carolina mentioned the same thing that Attorney General Wilson did, and I guess the head of the American Medical Association basically backtracked everything that the South Carolina medical person said about marijuana. And that's the biggest problem I have with healthcare right now is there's absolutely no integrity within medicine. There's none. And here's my life advice to anybody. Your only goal in dealing with what you perceive to be outside of yourself is to have maximum integrity within every aspect of your life. Because if you don't, your life is just going to be in chaos and things are going to be coming in different directions and it's never going to make any sense. And it's hard to get maximum integrity, in the current day because you have so many news reports from so many different directions and so many different opinions coming from every direction. And it's hard to figure out the truth. It's really hard to figure out the truth. And that's why what I hear on television and on radio and what I read, I take it as entertainment. That's all you can do. You take it as entertainment, and don't take it as something as where you need to fix your life, because that's not what. That's not what I'm trying to say. Don't take that stuff personally. That's not what I'm trying to say either. I think the edible's starting to kick in. Oh God! See, this is why I can't This is why I can't be like a pastor or something. Somebody who stands up and tries to be serious in front of people, because it would never work. It would 100% never work. Because people would never take me seriously. See, the shit that George Carlin says, it's very insightful life advice, but he's a comedian, so people laugh about it. They think it's good advice, but they still laugh about it. So I guess they're taking it seriously. I see George Carlin as a philosopher, but he understands that he can't, he's never going to be successful with a certain group of people, so he doesn't identify with that certain group of people. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say, man. I'm trying, people. I tell you what. You know what? On that note, it's like, what is this guy trying to say? What is this?
The Jay Palmer Show is hosted on Podbean.com. Download the app on iOS and Android.
Oh, that's the...
The Jay Palmer Show is hosted on Podbean.com. Download the app on iOS and Android and listen anytime, anywhere.
I will see you guys later. Have a good one.